Hello there. I hope everybody's good. And now I'm going to jump right into the earth signs. Taurus, how are you? And I hope everything is just hunky-dory for you right now. Such an old term, hunky-dory. Anyway, so the big news for this coming week, the 23rd to the 31st, is that we have a full moon in Sagittarius. And for you, Taurus, it's in your 8th house. So because full moons are an ending cycle, something that has been a major transition in your life is getting either finished up, or you're packing up the last of something to move, or you're going through some major transitional period, but you're no longer stuck in it. You've probably finished up and are moving on to something new. So that's exciting. Now, so that's happening. And again, it's always about things like, you could be inheriting money and you signed the contract, or somebody decided that you were due a bonus, or it's in certain situations it has to do with legal issues as well. So hopefully it's good for you and it's at the ending cycle so that you can move on and do something different. The full moon in Sagittarius happens on Sunday the 31st. It has the potential to be a fun Sunday. The Sagittarius energy can be very uplifting, so enjoy. Now, on the 26th, that's a Tuesday, we have a Pluto square to Mars. Mars in Taurus, very earthy, very practical, squares off to Pluto, which is in Aquarius. Humanitarian, unusual thinking. But Pluto likes to blow things up to make room for new ideologies. So we have this squaring occurring. It happens between your 1st house of identity and your 10th house of your career. So there could be a major disagreement about how you are supposed to be I jiggled the camera. How you're supposed to be performing in your central workplace. Maybe they don't like your clothing. Maybe they don't like your style. Maybe they don't like the way you talk to customers. Try to keep your temper in check. Cooler heads will prevail. That's very important. On the 28th, we have another intense aspect when Neptune squares, and literally think of it as 2 boxers in a ring, squares off to Venus in Cancer. Aries energy in the planet Neptune in your 12th house of life plans, spiritual desires, how you perceive your direction, is going to be something you might be actually talking to somebody about. And it could turn into a disagreement. Communicating your inner ideas. Maybe you're a screenwriter. Maybe you have an idea for redecorating something, and the person that you're having this conversation with laughs in your face. How do you handle that? That's the kind of interplay you could anticipate over that period of time. So try to hang on to the idea that Sagittarius on the 31st will be fun. We're going to have to wade through some mucky waters, but I'm hoping things turn out good for everybody. Now let's take a look at the oracle card and see what's going on with you. This is for Taurus. Detach from drama. Oh my goodness. Truer words were never spoken. It is definitely what you need to do. Stay out of the business that you don't belong in and stay away from people who are gossiping. I know it's fun, but 10 of Pentacles, an increase in your financial wellness. 6 of Pentacles, more emphasis on finance and money. Financial growth of some sort. This is also Taurus energy, King of Pentacles, or Virgo, or Capricorn. And lastly, things could be, I'm going to pull another card on this, things could get a little bit rocky around the financial scene because of the Tower, but the Queen of Swords, cooler heads prevail. This is who this person is. She or he or they are a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Keep in mind that everything is symbolic, but also realize that the energy midweek could be a little bit upending, so to speak. So please take care, and until next time, stay whatever you can. Find something you can do to stay focused and content. We'll talk next time. Virgo, how are you? I hope you're well. Let's jump right in. So right now we have a full moon coming up on the 31st in the sign of Sagittarius. It's in your area of your home, the kind of home you have, all the things going on there. It also includes anything around the mother figure. That could be you, but it's more than likely a matriarch of some sort. But it's happy. It's growth provoking. It's a Sunday the 31st. So get out and have a picnic. Do something. Go to your favorite winery or bistro. It would be lovely. Okay. Let's jump into the meat of the week. On the 26th, we have a square to Mars and Pluto. This falls in your 9th house and your 6th house. There will be a push-pull, possibly a disagreement, probably coming from people you work with, because you want to go on vacation and work is calling, or they don't understand your need for expanded study and you want to go back and take night courses and leave early, or something like that. It is a push-pull between the work and health area of your life and your desire to trip the light fantastic and go on wonderful trips and learn new things. Think about how that works in your life. On the 28th, there's another square between the 8th house and the 11th house. So you're going through a major transition. It could be partly because of what's going on in a very large organization you're involved in, and you're feeling extremely compromised. With Venus in Cancer and Neptune in Aries, you know, your allegiance has been to the work world and what you're doing there in your career. But with this thing, you've got this major shift happening. It could be personal. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you're going through, or you've stepped into a new partnership, or you are moving your home, or any number of things. But the conflict, the push-pull between these two areas could be very unnerving. So try to find peace and realize that this is happening all around you as well. And that sometimes can help. Okay, Virgo, let's take a look at the cards and see how they interact with what we're talking about. So what's happening with Virgo? Virgo. Find the blessings in your current situation. So it's what I've been saying, you know, the sort of a Zen idea. Chop wood, carry water. One foot in front of the other. This too shall pass. Prevail, be strong, and try to stay centered. What is going on with Virgo? Yeah, this is about a commitment with the lovers, a commitment to, and you're trying to figure out how committed you are to your career. You might have to consult with somebody, the Two of Wands. Happy. There's obvious reasons for joy. Ten of Cups. Things are looking up. You possibly are doing a juggling act between your career, your home, or two jobs, or something like that. Maybe you have an ex-wife and children and they're going back and forth. You are definitely in the throes of a major transition. The Judgment card, moving, changing offices, changing careers, could be downsizing, upsizing. Who can tell when you're reading for a lot of people? But this is a major life transition. And because I'm curious, things will turn around. This is the lottery card. We call it the lottery card. The star card means luck. Okay, Virgo, have a wonderful week. Please drop me a line. Let me know how you're doing. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next week, take care. Okay, all you Capricorns, I hope you're doing well this week. This forecast runs from May 23rd to the 31st. I try to timestamp everything so you can check for that. But let's get going. And I have 3 points to make. I'm making this short and sweet this week. Sagittarius moon. Sagittarius moon for you folks lands in your 12th house. You've gone through a lot. Many Sagittarius people have had experiences that have at times been a little bit sad, a little bit unnerving, probably within the last couple months. But you're also looking at your life path. What do you care about? What are you doing here? Why am I here? Why do I care? What are my secret desires? So that's at full moon in Sag. It's very philosophical, but it's happening on the 31st. It's a Sunday. Don't get so caught up in thinking about woulda, coulda, shouldas that you're not thinking about the now. Because Sag, in a full moon, is the end of a difficult cycle. It's also a reason to celebrate, and it can be a lot of fun. So keep that in mind. I better have some tea. My mug here, I got from the Sheep and Wool Festival, says spinning. I also spin wool because knitting just isn't weird enough. Okay. So, Capricorn. On the 26th, which is Tuesday, we have a butting of heads between Mars and Pluto. It could get a little wild. Mars is in Taurus, Pluto is in Aquarius. Very different signs. Both of these signs are a bit explosive. Where does this fall? Well, Mars is in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, your kids. And Aquarius in Pluto is in your 2nd house. It's all about finance and productivity. So there may be a situation where one of your children needs a supportive hand up, and you don't necessarily agree that they need the money they think they need. Or there may be a project, a creative project you want to do with somebody, and it's going to cost more than you think you should spend. But whatever it is a conflict between income and that fifth house of joy. And you're angry too, because that fifth house of joy contains so many wonderful things that you appreciate. And you just don't want that push-pull to be occurring. On the 28th, there's another rock'em sock'em energy field between Venus in Cancer and Aries, Neptune in Aries. And the Cancer energy is, of course, in your 7th house. It's all about long-term relationships, any kind. And the 4th house of home and family. So your partner could be very distressed and disagree with you on something that's happening in the home, to the point where the two of you come nearly to an argumentative state. I have no idea how this is going to play out for you, but one thing I do know, that when people care about each other, there are ways to work out issues. So see if you can do that. So let's take a look at the oracle cards and see how this works for Capricorn. So Capricorn, 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 Capricorn. Listen, people, you are seeing this situation accurately. So there's a reason to stand your ground. You may have to be a little bit flexible. Take the Gumby approach. Be a Gumby. If it means supporting that person that you're arguing with, but still trying to get through to them, screaming and yelling won't help. You've carried a lot of this on you. It's all been on your shoulders. And that's part of the problem. You feel like the other person hasn't been carrying their weight. There is a new beginning, though. Somebody is seeing life from a very different angle. And there's a new beginning in the career arena as well. 8 of Pentacles. And there's creativity around you. There could be somebody thinking about having a baby, or you find out that they are pregnant, or you are. And somehow you got to juggle work and your pregnancy and whatever. Things could be coming apart in one of the fronts that you operate within. You just have to calm down, meditate, isolate a little bit, and do some soul searching. It will help. Okay, Capricorn, until next time, I want you to have a wonderful week. Let me know what's going on and how it relates to you. And until that time, be well and take care. Hello, all you lovely Cancerians. I hope you're well. Listen, let's dive right in. This is a forecast from the 23rd to the 31st. Full moon in Sagittarius in your 6th house. You're working hard. I like to joke, I hardly work. But that's not true. The 6th house is also about health and your body beautiful. And it's also about how you work and with whom you work. And it's a culmination of a long-term project too. So that could be happening for you. But it's the 31st, Sunday. Try to get out and have some fun. Sag can be a lot of fun for Cancers. That energy lights you up. Okay, the other thing that I needed to talk about, 2 different square situations that are antagonistic. And this is the main theme of this week. So that Sunday Sagittarius energy will be great. Pluto faces off to Mars. It's knock'em sock'em robot kind of energy. Or was it rocket sock'em? I never can keep it straight. But anyway, Pluto is thinks outside the box, humanitarian, new age, is going to be arguing with Mars in very practical Taurus. And for you, Cancer, Pluto is in the 8th house. No, you know what? I'm going to back this up a little bit because I really want to say it differently. There's a face-off between the transition you're going through and the players involved in that, and something happening in a large organization or group. So that group might be going through major changes. I don't know what that could possibly be, but it's affecting you so that you are having to have a life transition. It may feel very unfair and you may get very irritated by it over the 26th. On the 27th, Neptune is up in your 10th house of career, and it's impacting who you think you truly are. You're really not sure that the work you're doing or the career you're in is representative of your inner psyche and actually what you want to be doing with your time. So keep that in your back pocket and try to stay on top of how you express yourself, because even though you may be wanting to make a change, you may be not ready to disclose it. But also, you may find there is a disagreement in the workplace or in your career life about how you're dressing, how you're speaking, how you're acting. And you could be criticized for it. So it's all part of, do I fit in here? So that's what's going on with Cancer. Let's take a look at the oracle cards to see how this is working for you. Cancer, 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 Cancer. You are seeing the situation clearly. Cancer, your creative juices are ready to take off. You're flowing with ideas. You could possibly also be pregnant or thinking of being pregnant. So that's part of it. You're ready to move in a different direction. We talked about that. But things will start to smooth out. The 6 of Swords. The Emperor, you either become a boss or a manager or something that has more authority, or you have an authoritarian personality who's got your back. There is a possibility for planting the seeds for a new idea, a new creative venture, Cancer. And lastly, there's a new project in the works, Ace of Wands. Cancer, until next time, I want you to take care of yourself. Try not to overwork yourself, and be well. Take care. Scorpio. Scorpio. I love reading for Scorpios. It's always so interesting and intense. Let's jump right in. So, what's going on? Well, you have a full moon in Sagittarius, which is a culminating moon, which means it's an end of a project or something you've been working on, and it's in your second house of finance. So there could be a reformulation of how you spend your money or how you make it. And then on top of it, I'm chilly. I live in New England. It was 90 degrees the other day. Now it's 57. Just saying. I'm in a sweater. So let me jump back into your chart. So money will be, or how you make your money or how you spend your money is in your mind's eye. But it's a Sagittarius full moon. So you've sort of figured out what you need to do. So it's time to have fun because it's a Sagittarius full moon and it's on the 31st. So my suggestion, take some friends, go to your favorite restaurant, vineyard, coffee house, hang out, have a good meal, do something fun, because it's going to be a lovely Sunday. So something to look forward to. On the 26th, we have a serious standoff between Pluto and Mars, both volatile, argumentative, and when you have that combination of Pluto in Aquarius and Mars in Taurus, it's unexpressed irritation and frustration. I don't like that combo. And it falls in your 4th house of home and family and your 7th house of long-term partnerships. Succinctly put, your family, and also includes the matriarch, whoever that is, doesn't have to be a biological mother. It could be somebody that stands in for that. Doesn't see eye to eye with your current relationship. Just saying. You may have to play arbiter. So keep that in mind. On the 28th, to make it even more exciting, we have Uranus in Aries squaring off to Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer is in the 9th house. It's the fun place for you. It's the learning, the growing, the expanding, the traveling, Scorpio. And it's at odds with your work, how you work. Also could be at odds with your physical body or with the instructions of somebody that say it's not a good time for you to travel or it's not a good time for you to, I don't know, go back to school or whatever. Maybe your workplace doesn't want you to do that. Maybe you physically need to recover from something first. But whatever it is, it can bring up an argument. So just bear that in mind. Someone's not going to be happy. But you can do this. You can work through it. So with that information in mind, let's take a look at the cards and see what's happening here, Scorpio. Okay. Let's see. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. You can do it. I don't know what this relates to, but we're going to take a look. Maybe it means that, you know, even though you broke your leg trying to downhill ski on the highest mountain peak 3 months ago, maybe you will go on that cruise anyway. You are going to be learning a new skill or you're going to go through some kind of training program. And in this program, you're going to find that somebody who's an expert might have their eye on you, or somebody that has sort of a crush on you will have their eye on you. Four of Cups. More fours. Four of Pentacles. You're thinking a lot about, you're not thinking about this person who notices you. You're thinking about money. How to make it, how to bring it in, how to spend it, what to do, how to invest it, blah, 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 blah. The Hermit is you thinking about the money. When you're thinking about possibly meditating or engaging in walking prayer or whatever it is that you do to calm yourself down, you'll be thinking about counting your assets. Just noticing that. Things feel a little bit off. Things might be falling apart around you as it relates to your ability to invest or whatever. But the way to stay safe is to not get carried away and to go off on a tangent. This card is the illusion card, the Seven of Cups. So that's the story with that. Scorpio, let me know how things are working out. Drop me a line. Like, share, and subscribe. Can't wait to hear from you. Take care. Hello, Pisces. I hope you're doing well. Let's jump right in and take a look at the week coming up. It's the 20th. That looks stupid. I bought this sweater. I love this sweater. One size up. It was too baggy. Now I bought it one size down. It's still a little bit too big. It's not because I've lost weight. It's because of the way it's cut. Anyhow, I want to pay attention to Pisces, not my sweater. Let's go. We have a full moon in Sagittarius on the 31st. It can be a lot of fun. It's a culminating moon. So you're ending one cycle and moving into another one. But Sag is fun anyway. It's ruled by Jupiter. It can be joyful and it can be exciting. This full moon puts the focus on your work, which is bigger than that. It's about the way you see your life's purpose and your career and your community involvement if you're doing that. So that will be coming up for you. Or you might be putting to bed a project you've been working on through that. Then, the big news. On the 26th, we have a Mars square Pluto. That happens in your 12th house and your 3rd house. So, it has something to do with communication and a frustration with somebody that you're communicating with, whether it's a written piece or a play or a movie. A frustration with somebody who doesn't agree with your vision. And your vision is coming straight from your heart. It's coming from the depths of your soul. It is your life purpose. It's your direction. It's your inner voice speaking. And when you feel criticized because that person thinks what you're doing is not roadworthy, or it's not practical enough, or it's not this enough, there could be an argument or something like that occurs. I'm not trying to put that out into the air, but you need to explain that this is not a little thing for you. This is it's like what they say about writing. Writing is one of the hardest things you can do, if that's what you're doing here. But it could be dance, music, theater, anything. It could even be building. And you will find that you get criticized somehow for this effort that you've made. On the 28th, there is a square between Neptune, Aries, Neptune is in Aries, and Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer, a lovely Venus in your 5th house of beauty, love, children, art, creativity, will face off to something that has to do with finances. Could be connected to this other situation where the money isn't there to support your project or your dream, which is taking place in the 5th house. It could be one of your children want to have a play date somewhere that's going to cost a fortune. You might not be able to pull it off right now. Or maybe your creative project demands more supplies than you can afford. Or maybe even your partner, the person you're dating, wants to do something that you cannot afford, and on any level. So keep those ideas in your back pocket. Try to stay calm in the face of adversity, and know that this too shall pass. And if you have any questions, drop me a line. And if you don't understand your chart, drop me a line at cottagetarot.com. Okay, let's pull an oracle card for you, or 3. No, we're just going to pull one, and then I'll put tarot cards around it. Priorities. Yes, what are your priorities right now? What matters to you the most? Definitely hits all bases. Queen of Wands. This is about you taking charge of the situation. You may have to set the tone very deliberately and make sure that people understand what matters to you. Queen of Wands. It's also Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo energy. Taking some short trips, possibly business trips. 8 of Wands. You've carried a lot on your shoulders, and you still are. 10 of Wands. This is you, Pisces. Queen of Cups. Non-gender specific. And lastly, a new beginning. Lovely, loving, supportive. Possibly, if you're looking for a partner, potential to meet somebody with this card coming up. My dear Pisceans, you are normally very sensitive. This could be a period of time that has its ups and downs, but the Sagittarius full moon should be fun. So something to look forward to on the 31st. And please, I mean it, drop me a line if you have any questions. Take care and be well.